What's going on, beautiful people? SS Tac Div back here today, and we got a pretty cool video planned for you guys. We'll be doing a 1500 round review on the Zastava USA M85. Now this specific variant sports a 16-inch barrel with the fake suppressor. It's actually a 10.5-inch barrel with a 5.5-inch fake suppressor that doubles as a booster to help with the cycling speed of the rifle. Now, one cool thing is because of this pendant welded device and the barrel length technically being 16 inches, this was a same-day purchase. It classifies as a rifle instead of a pistol, and the beautiful thing about that is when I get ready to form one it, I already have my underfolder. I can form one and get that weld removed to take the booster off and then throw a can or something on this bad boy. I don't know, we'll have to see, but I'm excited to see what I do with it in the future. Now, before I dive too deep, I want to give a brief history lesson on the M85. Now, this gun was originally designed in 1985 and developed for the Yugoslavian People's Army, but production was brought to a halt by the breakup of Yugoslavia. It was highly inspired by the Soviet AKS-74U, as a lot of people know from pop culture such as Call of Duty, and a lot of movies feature this iconic gun. The similarities that it had with the AK-74U included the folding stock as well as the shorter overall length as opposed to a full-size AK. This offered a lot of maneuverability that some might say is not there in a full-size rifle. Oh, and I'm almost forgetting the best part. This is a 5.56 AK, and a lot of AK purists are not gonna understand the decision to get a 5.56. However, with the current ammo market, I think you get the gist without me explaining. Now, Zastava Arms is by no means new to producing firearms. They've been around and producing AKs and SKs since the mid-1800s, and the Serbian brand has a pretty good track record for quality weapons. I will even follow that up and say it depends on who you ask. They've always imported to the States and had companies finish and fit the guns here. So I have heard iffy things about some of the Century imports that they used to do. However, since Zastava USA has taken over their importing process to finish and fit these guns, I think that word around town is the quality has gone up. So that's always a good thing. Something that is pretty unique and was definitely a selling point for me with the M85 was the fact that they all come with cold hammer forged chrome line barrels from the factory. I think at this point the M90s do as well. I know it started with the M85s, but that's just another awesome selling point with the extended durability of the rifle. Next thing we'll get into is the blued finish. I love the finish on this gun. It complements that gunmetal black so well, and does a good job of keeping the thing from getting beat up by weathering. I've taken this thing out and shot it in the snow, the rain. A little bit of oil and a good rag will help you alleviate any fears of rust or anything like that. Now, all M85s ship factory with the 1.5mm receiver as well as the rear bulge trunnion, which almost ensures that the gun is overbuilt to take a beating. But it's awesome to know that you get your money's worth in quality internally and on the external of the gun. Getting into the furniture, this ZPAP features the dark cherry wood handguard for the lower handguard, and then the gas tube cover is the in-house cheese grater style design. I think that's just a beautiful combination, especially with that dark cherry wood matching the rear pistol grip. I have thought about swapping the wood grain hand grip out for something a little more modern and AR styled. However, I see a lot of reports of the heat mitigation not being as good as the factory wood, and for that reason, and to keep some of the original wood grain look to the rifle, I think I might leave it alone. Now, without further ado, let's talk about what you're probably here for. How does the gun shoot? Well, I was pleasantly surprised to take it out on the first range day, and something that I noticed very quickly was the heftiness of the gun. It's not so hefty that it's cumbersome, but it has enough weight to it where that 5.56 round is very manageable. And I'm not sure, but I'd say that booster on the front actually does help cycling. I'll know soon when I get it removed through Form 1. But I'm thinking that thing isn't just there for aesthetics, because this gun cycles pretty damn fast when I'm trying to run it. By the way, do you see those fireballs? That's pretty fucking cool. So the first thing I focused on when I took it out to the range was getting my zero correct and where I wanted it. So I zeroed at 25 yards with my iron sights, and I was getting a group of about one MOA, somewhere in that ballpark. And then I pushed it out to 100 yards, and I was getting somewhere between 1.5 and 2, which, to be honest, with iron sights at 100 yards, shooting without a bipod or shooting bag, I was pretty impressed. I did the same with my EOTech and noticed that at 25 yards, the group was about 3/4 of an MOA. And then when I pushed it out to 200 yards, it only opened up to about 2.5, 3 MOA. So I was pleasantly surprised and pleased with that. For it being a 5.56 AK, I'm not expecting sniper accuracy. All in all, the ergonomics are user-friendly. I like the fact that everything is sturdy. Nothing feels like it has play in it. That including that folding stock, as well as all the actuating parts on the gun. Everything feels stiff and properly in place. Now, something I will say is, from the factory, when I got this gun, boy, were the actuating points stiff as shit. I mean, the stock, when I saw it at the gun show, it was closed with the underfolder up under it. Man, it took the life of me to get the underfolder out and then pop both actuating points open. I mean, I thought I was gonna break the thing at the gun show. It took so much effort. And I'm thinking they used a hard grease or something that seized up over time from sitting on a shelf. Because when I got it home, I did have to actuate both points of that underfolder, as well as my safety, quite substantially before they were freed up and reliable to deploy or operate. So that is something to keep an eye out. I haven't seen too many stories out there about that, so maybe it was just a personal experience. Aside from that, the experience I've had with the M85 so far has been nothing but lovely. This is slowly beginning to become my favorite rifle. I think I'm gonna form one soon and get a flow-through can so I can really maximize the platform, quiet it down a little bit, and then maybe I'll shoot some competition later in the summer. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you found some of this information to be informative and helpful in helping you make a decision to purchase an M85 and learn a little bit more about the platform. Either way, we appreciate you for checking out the channel. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to leave a comment and a like, and subscribe for more cool content like this. I will catch you all in the next one. Stay safe, stay knowledgeable, and go train some more. See you guys soon.